The life expectancy in Nigeria is 55 years. This means that the average person is expected to die aged 55. Now, we can't control all the things that may happen to us health-wise, but what about the things we could control? What steps could you take to prevent the preventable diseases? Stay tuned with Auntie O. First of all, yes, it's the duty of the government to make sure that there are hospitals, good healthcare, free healthcare. It's the duty of the government, but you and I know how well that's going, right? And like I say in my videos, I don't really talk to the government because I'm a small, tiny little cockroach. So I think, okay, let's talk to individuals. Let's get individuals to make little changes, and hopefully the government will catch up at some point. There is still hope that the government will catch up at some point, but right now, let's just talk as individuals. So if you're anything, like my generation, most of us are in our very late 30s, 40s, my generation I'm talking about, then you're that close to that 55-year mark, and then I think it's a bit of a scary prospect when you think about it, to think that okay, we're coming near that mark, and everything on top of that is a outlier, let's put it that way, because the data concentrates at 55 years, and you've got those under and you've got those above, but the concentration of the data would be that Nigerian will live up to 55 years. So bearing that in mind and looking at the trend, so I just observe. I think that's one thing I've done a lot lately. That's why I talk about these things, observing the trend of what goes on in social media. First of all, if you need blood in a hospital, I've seen posts where people make posts to say, can people go and donate blood in that hospital? This person needs blood. So that means, if for an emergency you're looking for blood, I don't know how it works or how it should work, but I've seen posts, asking for blood. And then, of course, majority of posts asking for money. This person has, kidney failure or whatever, and we're looking for money because we need to take them to a different country for treatment or something. And then that just gets me thinking, okay, the government sees all of this and no one seems to be doing anything about it. Of course, they can afford to pay, to go anywhere of their choice to treat themselves, so they're not terribly bothered. But I'm thinking, okay, as an individual, knowing what we know, knowing that the government, will not care, what can you do as an individual? What sort of little changes, and that's just the point of this post today, what sort of little changes can you make to your own life to make sure that save for the things that we can't avoid, save for the things that are, there's still accidents and, a raft of things that could take one's life in Nigeria. There's still all of that to go to that you don't have a lot of control over as an individual, but where possible, what sort of changes could you make? And I don't have the answers, but I think about something like, the most popular one for some weird reason is the kidney. I don't know. So I just see a lot of posts where people have renal failure, kidney failures, and people please donate money, or we're looking for kidney transplant, and those sort of major. And I'm thinking, I'm not a doctor, and so caveat here, I'm not a doctor, but my understanding is that the kidney processes, the sort of toxins that get into our bodies, and so the kidney needs water, and we need to watch the sort of things that we consume. So that's my real, when I think about the kidney, is, are we drinking water, or are we drinking, Nigeria is hot, you drink Coke, Fanta, malt, and then alcohol. Jesus Christ, the men, some people after work, day after day after day after day after day after day, you pump yourself full with alcohol, and it's your liver, kidney. I'm not a doctor, so this is all not science at all, but I think this is just common sense. Is, can you do anything today that would mean that your kidney does not suffer too much? And the other day I saw a post, for example, someone said something about having an earache, and then there were different recommendations, medications. Yeah, go and take this medicine, go and take this medicine, go and take this medicine. And I remember seeing one post that said, take one card of something, some medication, one card. That means, I don't know what a card has, 2x5 or 2x6. That's 12 or 10 tablets. And people actually listen to these things and go and buy these medications, And I think, personally, I don't know if it's true or not, but I think medication would be one of the major killers of, our kidneys in that country. We medicate, we over-medicate. Unfortunately, when you go to a private, and don't crucify me, people, but private doctors, private pharmacists, I think that some of them oversell these medicines to you because it's their business, they want to sell, so they would put medication that you don't need. I keep saying it every time. I don't understand why a pregnant woman needs medication. I don't see it. It's not something that. So I had my 2 kids here in the UK. I didn't have any medication apart from, yes, I was anemic, so I had the blood tablets. I can't remember what they were called. But that notion that you're pregnant, start taking this medication, that medication, that medication, that medication. It's not a sickness. I mean, the animals, who gives them medications, and they have 12 at a time, and how many, whatever they call their young ones, But this is just one example of over medication, and I don't know, but I think that there is some impact of taking too many medication, expired medication, the impact that it has on your kidney, not drinking enough water. I think it has some impact on the kidney. Don't talk about another lifestyle disease, diabetes. I mean, it's something that we kind of are okay with. It's something that's expected at some point. Oh yeah, I've got type 2, and type 2 is the lifestyle one, right? Type 2 diabetes. When you think about the food that we eat, all the carbs that we eat, so you eat yam in the morning, eat rice, eat eba, eat beans, all of that is just carbs, and that's who we are. That's our food, right? Some tribes eat more vegetables than others. I know that my tribe, all the soup in my tribe, I don't think any of them has any piece of vegetable at all. So I think some tribes eat healthier than some. But when you think about the composition of the foods that we eat, and then the fact that we are very sedentary now because we can afford cars, I mean, if you're walking from A to B, someone will ask you, what's wrong with your car? Why you not? But you see, here in the UK, it's very, very common to just walk. I walk an hour at a time. My car is parked at home, but I just want to walk because, one, I like the fresh air, and secondly, I want to exercise. So again, I know that, yes, the roads may not be that walk friendly, but Nigerians, we have big yards. Most of us have space in our compounds, exercise. It's just little things. I mean, you don't have to do any of this, but I'm just thinking, instead of live a lifestyle that then puts you in that position where you are now reliant on the public for help, for kidney money and this and that. And there's no guarantee that none of us or some of us will not have the sort of diseases, but I'm just thinking, okay, what could you do to prevent that sort of, to prevent it if there was a preventable one? So yeah, it's all about diet and exercise. So what sort of things do we consume? So thinking about the quantity of our food, thinking about the types of things that you consume, alcohol, medication, drugs. Anyone do drugs? It's your kidneys processing all of that. And when you overwork your organ, one day it stops. That's what happens. Any machine, overwork it, don't maintain it, don't service it. One day it stops, and what you have is what we get online with young people. I don't know, a lot of Nollywood actors these days, kidney failure. Not sure that there's any correlation at all there, but it's just something I thought to talk about. Something that I've started to do very, 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 very recently, just 1 week ago, is intermittent fasting. So I've done that before. A while ago, just to lose weight, but I wasn't consistent. Now I use an app, which is really good because the app just helped me. I just press, okay, now I'm fasting, and then that time counts, and then when I stop fasting. So apart from the fact that you could lose weight with it, I think it makes sense to give your body the space to just process, to burn out the sugar, to burn out the glucose, to convert whatever. And it shows you the app is Fastic, by the way. Anyone who wants it, FASTIC. Anyone who wants it, that's fine. But what I like about it is that it shows you what's going on in your body. So it shows you when you've just eaten, it shows you, your body's digesting now, and then this is happening, the part I like most, because I do an 18-hour fast and eat within a 6-hour window. The part I like most is the end part of my fast, where it says, it calls it autophagy, something like that. But what happens is that your body is actually renewing, your cells are renewing. So any bad cells or something, the body consumes it, and your cells actually have the space, the chance to renew. And I think for me, beyond losing weight, beyond all of that, I think that it's good for the body. So that's what I've just done it for about 7, 8, 9 days or something like that now, and it's something I hope to be able to carry on, because you can reduce. So I do 18 hours fast now, but I could change that to reduce that to 14 hours to 12 hours. So for me, it's not about losing weight, it's just having a clear period in your body where your body just burns out all the rubbish, and then the app reminds you to drink water. So it tells you, you've got to drink water, your brain function is reducing, drink water. So that way you meet your water intake as well. So I think it's a good one. I don't know what the health benefits. Some people have done it for many, many, many years, and you can tell in the way they look. Their skin is clear, they look younger than their age and all of that, because your body actually has this period where it just self-renews. So it's something that I have started, it's something I'm enjoying, it's something I want to keep up. And anyone who wants to join me, be a buddy, sign up, and that'll be good.